Good morning. I just wanted to record a quick video on a great resource you may or may not know about. You'll see up here that it is netronline.com, and you got the logo here. There's a couple of resources that this website is really good for. One of them is environmental data. So if you're purchasing a property and you want to see what's in public record for a certain site, you just type in an area or an address. This is a site we looked at in Elizabethton recently that will take you to a map, if you give it a second here, where you can drill down a little further if you happen to know exactly where the site is. And then it will pull reports for that area. And you can see here, if I drill down, I can really get where the site is located. Now, this site just happens to be, I can move my pin, just happens to be about right here. There's a bunch of vacant land right along the river in between a Walmart and a hospital. And we're looking at possibly purchasing this site. My point is that once you decide, what you want to pull a report on, you can do the national priorities list. You can see here, you can get the flood zone, so we know that the river does not overflow, or at least has not in the last 500 years. And this river is about 30 feet below the bank, so that makes sense. So you don't have to worry about any flood on this particular property. The national priorities list, which is produced or published by the EPA on different hazards that may be in the area. You can create a PDF report. Once you come here, just put in your name, your email address, hit generate report, and it will email the report to you. So I wanted to show you that, but more importantly, if you come over here to Public Records Online, you'll see we have the entire map of the United States to include Alaska and Hawaii. I live in Alabama, so I'm going to go to the great state of Alabama. And you can see all the counties in Alabama. You can click on any of these counties and go to the public record website. Now I'm going to go to Mobile because I live in Mobile County. And you'll see I got the Mobile Revenue Commission, the Mobile County Judge of Probate, and their GIS mapping. The Revenue Commission is where I can pull up property tax data. So if I want to verify the property taxes that are on a trailing 12-month P&L, or if I want to see what my new taxes are going to be when I purchase the property. I could also find out who the assessed owner is, what the assessments are, the the assessed sizes of the different buildings, and all the different information from the Revenue Commission. If I want to go into the Mobile County Judge of Probate, I can look for deeds, mortgages, any encumbrances, liens, things like that. So I can do my own little pre-title search going through here. Now it says by subscription only. I have found through every county I've looked at so far, and I've probably looked about 30 or 40 counties, only one, Gregg County in Texas, did I have to pay for um, any of the documents that I pulled out from the judge of probate. Mobiles is all free, and then GIS. Now I like to enter GIS. This has got some really cool tools. Most counties have some form of GIS in their system, and most of them have the same tools. So I'm gonna come over here where there's a bunch of apartment complexes in our Greenlawn and Hillcrest area, and there's quite a few apartment complexes that come along Greenlawn and come down Hillcrest. So what I want to do is I just want to show you that you can come over here. You can look at all the zoning. Give the map a second to populate. Come on, map, go ahead and populate. Maybe I have to go in one more before, there we go. So I had to go in one more before it would populate. Now, if you want to know what these colors mean, you could come up here to the legend, scroll down, and you can see the zoning districts for Mobile, Alabama. And we can see that B3 is community business. So anything along a major corridor like this is B3. This light blue is B1, so that's like office buildings, businesses, things like that. Now, again, this is just Mobile, Alabama, but what I'm really looking at are these greens. If you look here, the green is R3 multifamily residential. So these are the areas where we're zoned for larger multifamily apartment complexes. In our district, you can get 22 units per acre in the West Mobile area, which is what we're in. So here's something really neat. So we see we have this property here. If I click on it, it'll identify it, who the owner is. I can click on this and go to their tax record. And this will actually give me the information of the taxes themselves. Uh, you can look up here. It'll give you the land value, which is 587. The building value or improvement value is 5,485,000. Now this just happens to be an apartment complex. You can look at different instrument numbers. So here is the deeds and different things for the property itself, and then the tax amount for the year 2017. So if I come back over here, one of the really cool tools is this little measurement tool right here. So I can get how far the distance is. If I click, oh, I don't want that one. So if I want to click miles, and I don't want miles, let's go with feet. So I click here, and I can get along what the road frontage is, and you can see up in my box up there, it's 833 feet of road frontage for this particular apartment complex. If I want to know the area, how many acres that is, so I can select acres, go to area, and then I can just draw my area around it and look up, and I know I got 13.2 acres. So this is a great website. It's got some really cool tools. I just wanted to make you aware of it. But one of the other things you can do is come over here. You can look at topography to try get a feel for any elevations. Now Mobile's pretty flat. You can also look at the flood map. So you can see that there's some rivers and basins and creeks and streams. And so this will give you an idea of where the flood maps are. And certain areas, the flood zones are, especially if you're doing new development, are areas that you really need to look in because you may need Army Corps of Engineering information before you can start building. So anyway, just a real quick video just to kind of show you how I use this tool. Again, this is one of my favorite tools to use. I use it every day, and I hope you can get as much out of it as I did. Have a great day.